The lighthouse keeper's garden. Far out on the edge of a quiet coast stood a lighthouse, tall and pale, its light sweeping gently across the sleeping sea. The waves rolled in with a soft sigh, brushing over smooth pebbles that glimmered under the moonlight. Inside the lighthouse lived an old keeper named Elias. He had tended the light for so many years that the sound of the sea had become like his own heartbeat, steady, comforting, and endless. He lived alone, but he was never lonely. The gulls called to him each morning, and at night, the sea whispered stories through the cracks in the stone walls. Elias had a small garden just behind the lighthouse, sheltered from the salt wind by a low stone wall. It wasn't an ordinary garden, it was filled with herbs and wildflowers that somehow thrived despite the sea air. Lavender, rosemary, thyme, and small blue forget-me-nots grew there, their scents mixing into a calming perfume that drifted through his window each evening. Every morning, before tending the light, Elias would walk barefoot through the garden, letting the cool dew touch his feet. He believed the garden had a soul, that each plant remembered every sunrise, every whisper of wind. He would hum softly to the plants as he worked, an old tune that his mother once sang to him. One spring evening, after lighting the great lamp, Elias noticed something unusual. Beyond the waves, a soft mist was rolling in, not thick or cold, but shimmering faintly, as though made of starlight. The air felt different, lighter, as if time itself had slowed. He stepped outside, wrapped in his old wool cloak, and followed the stone path down to the shore. The mist touched his skin like cool silk, and the sound of the waves grew distant, replaced by a low, humming tone like a lullaby sung by the ocean itself. Then, through the mist, Elias saw shapes, not people, but memories of light. The faint outlines of ships long past, their sails glowing faintly, drifting silently across the horizon. He didn't feel fear, only peace. It was as though the sea had opened its heart for a moment to show him its dreams. When the mist faded, the night returned to its quiet rhythm, the waves, the wind, the flickering lamp in the tower window. Elias walked back to his garden and sat among the lavender. He felt the earth breathing beneath him, steady and calm. He never told anyone about the mist, perhaps because he thought it wasn't meant to be explained. But every night after, as the lighthouse beam circled the dark horizon, he whispered to the sea, "Thank you." And so the days continued, tides rising and falling, flowers blooming and fading, the old light shining faithfully into the vast, endless dark. Sometimes, when travelers passed by the old coast at dusk, they said they could smell lavender on the wind, even from the cliffs above. And if they listened very carefully, they might hear a faint humming, a tune so peaceful it could quiet even the stormiest thoughts. Would you like me to make another story like this, maybe one set in a forest, mountain village, or floating island in the sky next?